What is N.J.S.A. 394.1 Possession of a weapon during CD's drug offense? Facing a charge under N.J.S.A. 2C. 394.1 can feel overwhelming because the statute carries some of New Jersey's harshest penalties for possessing a weapon during a drug offense. These cases often begin with investigations around major transportation hubs or monitored commercial areas where law enforcement believes drug distribution may occur. When a weapon is found in these circumstances, even if it was stored away or never used, the state can quickly move forward with second-degree charges that carry mandatory prison exposure. Defendants often move rapidly from arrest to their first appearance in superior court, making it crucial to understand what the law requires. A lawyer can explain how the state builds these cases and the defenses that may apply. New Jersey drafted N.J.S.A. 2C. 394.1 broadly so prosecutors are not limited to cases involving only firearms. The law covers various weapons depending on how they are possessed during a qualifying drug offense. Investigations frequently begin in large industrial or transit-oriented facilities where officers monitor activity they believe indicates distribution. Because the law focuses on possession, in the course of committing a drug crime, the state often argues that the location and circumstances help establish a connection between the weapon and the alleged drug activity. At its core, the statute contains three subsections. Subsection A targets possession of a firearm during a predicate drug offense and applies even when the firearm was not used, displayed, or operable. Subsections B and C expand the scope to other weapons. Subsection B requires proof of an unlawful purpose, while subsection C requires only that circumstances make the possession inappropriate for lawful use. All three subsections carry second-degree consequences, including a presumption of incarceration and a potential sentence of 5 to 10 years. A charge under this statute cannot stand alone. It must attach to a qualifying drug crime such as manufacturing, distributing, dispensing, operating a production facility, employing a juvenile in distribution, or distribution near schools or public property. Cases often arise from surveillance in warehouse districts or transit-heavy zones where officers believe the activity suggests commercial drug movement. If the drug activity involves only personal possession, the statute does not apply. Demonstrating that the predicate offense does not meet the required threshold can undermine the entire weapons charge. For the subsection most commonly charged, the state must prove there was a firearm, that the defendant knowingly possessed it, and that the possession occurred during the course of a qualifying drug offense. Possession can be actual or constructive, and constructive possession becomes a major issue in many cases. New Jersey courts define possession as knowing, intentional control, not accidental or momentary contact. Because of this, a firearm found inside a vehicle, a drawer, or another room may still satisfy the requirement if the state can show the defendant was aware of it and could exercise control over it. The state must also establish a connection in both time and place between the weapon and the drug activity. Courts require evidence showing that the firearm was available to further or protect the drug operation. Even when drugs and a weapon are discovered separately, the prosecution may argue the combination suggests the weapon was present to support distribution rather than personal use. New Jersey's SPIVI doctrine plays a major role in constructive possession cases. The doctrine allows prosecutors to argue that a defendant possessed a firearm during a drug offense even without being physically near the weapon at the time of arrest. If a gun is accessible within a residence, vehicle, or other area tied to the alleged drug activity, the state may claim a temporal and spatial link that supports a conviction. The closer the weapon is to the drugs, the stronger the inference that both served a common purpose. Defendants facing this charge often challenge the legality of the search. If officers lacked probable cause, used a defective warrant, or violated constitutional protections, evidence of drugs and weapons may be suppressed, dismantling the case. Others attack the predicate offense by showing the drugs were only for personal use. Some disputes focus on whether the defendant knowingly possessed the weapon, particularly when multiple people share a space. Constructive possession arguments also frequently arise when the state cannot show that the firearm was accessible or connected to the alleged trafficking activity. In certain cases, a Graves Act waiver may reduce mandatory prison time. These charges move quickly and carry serious consequences. They often involve aggressive prosecutorial strategies, especially when the alleged conduct occurs near sensitive areas such as major transit centers or commercial complexes. Many defendants are confused, frightened, and unsure how to respond. Lustberg Law Offices, LLC understands the complexity of these cases and the impact they can have on a person's life. Reaching out for guidance can help protect your rights and provide clarity during a difficult time. Lustberg Law Offices, LLC, located at 1 University Plaza Drive, number 212, Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601, United States, can be reached at 201-880-5311 if you need to speak with an attorney who can help you navigate what comes next.